Good morning. Let us see Chapter 2 Accounting for Partnership Basic Concepts. Students, we have already seen the partnership in the last year business studies. Now, here in sole trading concern, only one man invests capital and controls the whole affairs of the business. Since one's man's capital, skill, and controlling capacity are generally limited, they restrict the size of the business and thereby the amount of profit. The expansion of business needs more capital, better and specialized skill, and more persons with own partnership, ownership, interest to manage the different activities of the business. These limitations of sole trading concern undertaking are removed by the formation of partnership, which consists of more than one owner who contributes capital, skill, and administrative ability to run the comparatively large size business. Let us see the accounting for partnership basic concepts in detail. The definition of partnership. According to Indian Partnership Act of 1932, defines a partnership as the relationship between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So here the partnership results with an agreement executed by competent person to run a business with the main object of sharing the profits and losses arising thereof. Features of partnership. As we know that the partnership is a relation existing between persons competent to make contracts who are agreed to carry on a lawful business in common with a view to enjoying the private gain. It is clear that a partnership is an association of two or more persons who agree to carry on a legal business jointly and share the profits or losses arising from that business in an agreed ratio. Let us see the features of partnership. According to Indian Partnership Act 1932 regulates the partnership business in India. As per this act, it is not compulsory for the partnership firms to get registered in India. It is optional. Any association of two or more persons who carry on a business jointly with the intention of sharing profits and losses is called partnership. Persons making an agreement to carry business for common purpose are called partners individually. So let us see the features of partnership. Under this, the first feature is two or more persons. The first feature is two or more persons. That is, there must be two or more persons to constitute a partnership. A single person cannot enter into partnership within himself. There must be at least two persons to form a partnership. The maximum number of persons who can be partners in a firm is 10 in the case of firm carrying on banking business and 20 in the case of firm carrying on any other business. The next feature of partnership is agreement between the two partners. Partnership is a result of an agreement between two or more persons to do business and share its profits or losses. Such an agreement can be either oral or in writing, but usually the agreement is in writing. It can be either written or oral regarding the sharing of profit, capital, investment, etc. The next feature of partnership is business. The agreement between the partners must be carried on some business with the intention of earning profits, and such business must be within the limits of law. As per Section 2B of Indian Partnership Act, the term business includes trade, occupation, and profession. So the agreement should be for carrying on a business, whereas joint ownership of some property does not constitute partnership. The next feature of partnership is sharing of profits. The agreement between the partners must be to share profits of the business. In short, there can be no partnership without sharing profits. The partners may share the profits in any ratio they like as per the agreement. In the absence of any agreement as to the ratio in which the profits are to be shared, the profits must be shared equally as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932. In case of losses, the partners must have to share such losses too. So, profits and losses must be shared among the partners either equally or on the agreed ratio. The next feature of partnership is business is carried on by all or any of them acting for all. That means the business can be conducted either by all the partners or any of them can act as agents for other partners. Unlimited liability. The liability of each partner is unlimited and they are jointly and severally liable for the debts of a firm. So the liability of a partner is unlimited. Each partner is jointly and severally that is individually liable for all the debts of the firm, which is an important feature of partnership. The next feature of partnership is there is no separate legal existence. It cannot own property or enter into contract in its own name. Retirement, admission, death, or insolvency, etc., leads to change in the constitution of the firm. That means retirement of any partner in a firm, or admission of a new partner to the firm, or death of a partner, or insolvency, etc., leads to the change in the constitution of the firm. Utmost good faith is the next feature of partnership. All the partners should disclose all material facts and present true account to one another. No one should make a secret profit out of the business. Restriction on transfer of interest. A partner is not entitled to transfer his interest in the partnership to an outsider without the consent of other partners. Transfer of interest in this regard here means it is a ownership. So, any partner cannot transfer his interest without the consent of other partners. So, we have seen the different features of partnership. The next one is partnership deed. Partnership deed is created by mutual agreement between the partners. The partnership agreement must satisfy all the essentials of a valid contract. Such agreement may be oral or written. The law does not make it compulsory to have a written agreement. Both are equally binding on the partners. However, for the purpose of smooth working of the business and to avoid any misunderstanding, it is always better for the partners to put the terms of agreement in writing. When the partnership agreement is written and signed by all the partners and is duly stamped according to the Stamp Act, it is called partnership deed. It is also called the Articles of Partnership. It generally contains the details about all the aspects affecting the relationship between the partners. Partnership deed. It is established by an agreement which may be oral or in writing. It is always better to have the agreement in writing to avoid any dispute. The documents containing the agreement in writing among the partner is called partnership deed. Partnership is created by mutual agreement between the partners as we all know it. So it is very much essential of a valid contract. The agreement must be oral or in written. The law does not make it compulsory to have a written agreement. Both are equally binding on the partners. However, for the purpose of smooth working of the business and to avoid any misunderstanding, it is always better for the partners to put the terms of agreement in writing. So, the written agreement is very good for the partnership deed. Let us see the contents of partnership deed. The partnership deed contains all the terms and conditions of the partnership And every partner is bound by the terms and conditions laid down in the partnership deed. So the first partnership deed is the name of the firm. The name of the firm is mentioned in the partnership deed. The next deed is name and address of the partners. That means the name and address of all the partners who are doing the business must be mentioned in the partnership deed. This is one of the content of partnership. The next content of partnership deed is nature and place of business. Here, the nature as well as the place of business should be mentioned in the content of partnership deed. The next content is date of commencement of partnership. So, when the business has been commenced and the establishment date must be mentioned in the partnership. Contents of partnership deed. The next one is duration of partnership, if any. What is the duration of the partnership? How long the duration is going to be continued? That is one of the content of partnership deed. The next one is capital contribution by the partners. This is also very important contents of partnership deed. How much of capital the contribution by the partners has taken place here. So capital contribution by the partner is another content of partnership deed. The next content of partnership deed is the amount that can be withdrawn by each partner. So how much of amount can be withdrawn by the each partner? That is one of the important content of partnership deed. The next content is rules regarding operation of bank accounts. So what are the rules the all the partners are going to be followed in operation of bank accounts? The next content is division of profit or losses. So the division of profit or losses among the partners is one of the important partnership deed and is also a content where it is going to be shared equally or any other ratios based on that. So this division of partnership is very important here. So the division of profits or losses is one of the content of partnership deed. The next content of partnership deed is interest on capital or drawings, if any. So what is the interest and drawings as well as the capital? Interest on capital or drawings is one of the content of partnership deed. Interest on partners loan to the firm. What is the interest on partners loan to the firm is one of the content of partnership deed. The next one is salaries, commission, etc. if payable to any partners. That also must be mentioned in the contents of partnership deed. The next one is details of division of work among the partners. That is, whether a partner is a purchase manager or production manager or sales manager, the entire details must be mentioned in the contents of partnership deed. Contents of partnership deed has another one important is ascertainment of goodwill. So the ascertainment of goodwill is one of the content during the admission or retirement and death of the partner. How the goodwill has to be ascertained. Settlement of accounts in the event of retirement of death of a partner. So when any partner dies, how the account has been settled. This also must be mentioned in the contents of partnership deed. Settlement of accounts on dissolution of the firm. That means when the partnership is totally the business is closed, how the settlement of accounts has to be done for the partners. Provisions relating to the maintenance and audit of accounts. This is also one of the contents of partnership deed. The next one is provision for arbitration in the event of disputes. So, if any disputes among the partners, then what are the arbitrations has to be done during the partnership business? So, this also must be mentioned in the contents of partnership deed. Provisions regarding borrowing of the firm. So, what are the provisions regarding borrowing of the firm? This is also one of the contents of partnership deed. The next content of partnership deeds is rights, duties, and liabilities of partners. This is also one of the deed which should be mentioned in the partnership deed. That is the contents. What are the rights of a partner? What are the duties of the partner? And what are the liabilities of the partners? Which must be essential and mentioned in the content of partnership deed. The clauses of partnership deed can be altered with the consent of all the partners. The deed should be properly drafted and prepared as per the provisions of Indian Stamp Act 1889, preferably registered with the Register of Firm. The next one, important provisions of Indian Partnership Act 1932. In the absence of partnership deed, what all the provisions that we will be seeing it. That is, though in the absence of partnership deed, several rules of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 are applicable to a partnership firm. That means the profit sharing proportions. Partners have equal share in the profits of the firm and are liability to contribute equally to the losses of the firm. Interest on capital are not entitled for interest of the capital balances. Interest on drawings is to be charged on the drawings made by the partners, but here the interest on drawings will not be charged. Interest on partners loan is 6% per annum, as well as the remuneration of the partner is not there here. So, we will be seeing all these details of provision of Indian Partnership Act 1932 in the absence of partnership deed in the next class in detail.